A survivor of Mao's Cultural Revolution never thought she'd relive that experience in the US, but that's just what she feels is happening today. She's likened the pro-Palestinian protests on college campuses to the early days of the Cultural Revolution. Her name is Shy-ven-Fliet, and her new book is called Mao's America, A Survivor's Warning. I spoke with her. Shy-ven-Fliet, thank you so much for joining us. You've likened students at Columbia University to Chinese communist revolutionaries. What are the similarities you're seeing?
Well, first of all, in order to have a communist revolution, you have to have revolutionaries. And how do you get revolutionaries? You have to have indoctrination. And that's what happened in China. The government school have indoctrinated and controlled the minds of tens of millions of students, and then that's how they can easily turn them into red guards, or in other words, revolutionaries. And that's what's happening here. Columbia University has been the center of Marxist cultural, the American cultural Marxism, and now we see the result. The result is they have been producing generations of revolutionaries, and now they're on the campus doing exactly what we saw in China during the Cultural Revolution.
Yeah, and you're saying that Columbia University is Marxist run. Explain that. How is that so?
Yeah, people should know that the origin of American cultural Marxism is the Frankfurt School. A bunch of communists came to settle in Columbia University in the 30s to escape Nazi persecution. They are the grandfather of woke ideology. And it has been there in the 30s, and they have been working really hard to indoctrinate and to spread their ideology. Now they have been wildly successful.
Yeah, and some of these prominent socialists in New York City came out to the protests in Columbia University. Does that surprise you?
Oh, no, not at all, because they share the same ideology. And I saw the actress, Susan Sarandon, giving a speech there. And the students just mindlessly repeat what she said. That, to me, just like the Cultural Revolution, the Red Guards could not think critically. They were never taught or trained to think critically. All they have been trained or taught to do is follow instructions, and we see it on the Columbia University campus.
You lived through Mao's Cultural Revolution. What was your experience, and how does it feel to see elements of that time here in America?
It's the political identity. Mao used it to divide the Chinese people, and everyone has a label, and that is part of your identity. You are either the enemy of the party, of the state, or you're the friend. And so it is very easy. There's no critical thinking, just black and white. If you're labeled as the enemy of the state, and so that is all. Anything done to you is justified, including violence, including beating and killing. And so that has been the feature of communism. And here we see the same thing. And we just use a label, very simple label. You don't have to do any critical thinking, and then deem one group of people as the enemy and go after them. Anything you do to them is justified.
I want to look at solutions to everything we're talking about here. I mean, obviously changing hearts and minds is not easy. How should America grapple with what's happening on these college campuses?
First, the very simple step is to learn history. What is happening today on Columbia University happened in Nazi Germany in the 30s, and it happened in China in the 60s and the 70s. And it's so exact the same thing. And people should be able to see it and identify it. Why can't they? Why can't they? Because they never taught real history. And the history was hidden from them on purpose. And so that, to me, is the first step. When people really learn about what happened in China, they can see themselves. They can see themselves as the new Chinese Red Guards, being used and then promptly discarded afterwards.
Wow. And just recently on X, you posted, you said communist revolutionaries are now turning Columbia University into a people's university. What do you mean by a people's university?
Well, if you know history, you know that communists love this word people. And they do everything, they do anything against humanity in the name of the people. And what is China's full name? People's Republic of China. What its army is called? The People's Liberation Army. And what is China's biggest bank? The government bank is called People's Bank of China. And that's the giveaway that it is communist, it is Marxist. And of course, those elite students of the elite university, they have no clue because they do not know history.
All right, Shyi-ven-fleet, thank you so much for your time. It's great talking with you.
Thank you for having me.